Kelly. I take a boatload of pills, and I need to lose weight. Period. That's about the size of it.
Okay. So, let's see. Your A1C, I was taking a look at that. Did they talk with you about your latest results?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Did they talk with you about your latest results for your A1C?
Maybe. I don't remember anything about them.
Okay. So it looks like you do have one from July at least of last year, and we were at 7.9. So definitely want to see that come down a little bit, okay?
All right.
So tell me a little bit about what you're having for your meals right now.
I'm not really okay. Yesterday, my wife fixed greens, baked sweet potatoes, macaroni and cheese, short ribs, cornbread.
Some steak type stuff.
So do we have like a little bit of everything?
Yes, I had a little bit of everything. The slice of cornbread was smaller than the size of the palm of my hand. I like the greens, so I had more of the greens. I had a half a sweet potato. Uh, I'm not I'm not real big on all of the stuff that's in macaroni and cheese, so I had less than a fistful of that. But the greens, I was cognizant of having more than them.
Okay. So the only thing is, did you have a protein with that meal?
Right, short ribs.
Or is that what it is? So if you break that meal down, I mean, really what you really need to focus on is making sure that your meals are balanced. You divide your plate into three categories, okay? You have 1/4 of your plate coming from protein, 1/4 of your plate coming from carbohydrates, and the rest of your plate, so half, coming from veggies. So if we break that meal down, short ribs would be our protein, sweet potato would be a carb, mac and cheese would also be a carb, and your cornbread would also be a carbohydrate too. So you do need to make sure that you are modifying your portion sizes. So very small amounts if you're going to do all of them.
All right, so I thought the sweet potato was a vegetable.
Sweet potato is a starchy vegetable.
It's a starchy vegetable. I did have
Yeah.
a half a
So
corn on the cob.
you have half corn on the cob.
Yes.
Okay. So what are you normally having for breakfast?
Ugh. I normally don't get to breakfast, but
Okay.
if I do get to breakfast, it would not be any. In fact, my wife was making this Asian thing. It's a bit difficult to explain. She make it last night, the night before, and we wake up and eat it for breakfast. It had steak, uh, red
Carrots,
peppers, orange peppers, onions, carrots,
zucchini.
zucchini, uh, and
Peppers.
I think that's it. Red, orange, yellow peppers, sweet onions, zucchini, carrots. She had a whole bunch of vegetables that she just put into this here crock with some sesame seed oil, mixed them all up with the steak, and then she might have put like a little bag of noodles on that. And I ate that basically all day the day before yesterday. I got up, I wanted some for breakfast, so she put me some in a bowl. I ate it for breakfast. I wanted some more at dinner time, so I ate some more at dinner time.
Okay. So what about snacks in between your meals?
Ouch. I've been trying to be real careful to do them little bitty things.
Hmm.
The oranges.
Cuties.
Cuties. I've been
Okay.
doing cuties and Granny Smith and what's his face apples. I did mess that up a day or two. I had a bag of little Oreo minis, and I had uh, what I tell my son is fat bread. It's a banana nut muffin.
Okay. So let's talk. So we're going to spend some time, talking about how to structure your meals appropriately and making sure your portion sizes are appropriate. So I do want to see you snacking. I do want to see you to have, breakfast snack, lunch, snack, and then dinner. So eating frequently is going to be one of the best things that you can do to control your blood sugar levels. Okay, but we have to just make sure those portion sizes are appropriate. So are you familiar with where you will get carbohydrates from in the diet?
Bread, pasta,
Good,
rice,
good, good. So what we want to
potatoes.
do is make sure we're choosing high fiber carbs. Okay? Because fiber is a form of carbohydrate that does not affect your blood sugar levels.
Wait,
Okay?
wait, 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 wait,
So,
wait, 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 wait. Miss Kelly, I want to ask you something.
what you got? I
Just
can't
tell it.
really see people
Yeah,
in and
just
out.
tell it to me.
I know, but I'm finna get it right.
Now just tell it to me. Hold it in front
I
of
see
you.
wellness collection, but what is that?
Herbally, it's a tea.
Okay. What kind of, is there any sugar in there?
All right, I'm gonna tell you what's in it right now. Wellness collection is organic cinca leaf, organic ginger root, organic fennel seed, organic dandelion root, organic tulsi root, organic turmeric root. Everything's organic except for natural flavor. So I'm gonna stop saying organic for these last two. Lavender petals and stevia.
Okay. You shouldn't have any sugar.
So it's stevia, so it's got sugar in it.
That's not going to be like sugar. That's going to be a natural sugar like substitute.
So it's all right to drink this, in other words.
It is, but look at the label. Does it tell you like total carbohydrates?
It says it's sugar-free, vegan, and GMO-free.
That's fine. Stevia is not going to affect your blood sugar level.
Who?
Stevie.
Stevia.
I'm trying to see what else it says down here. I don't really see it.
So that's fine. It's just I need to make sure you're also still drinking plain water as well. And you can't be adding anything to that, like no honey or anything like that.
All right, hold it right there. I got a confession. My son and I drink this drink. He gets about a teaspoon of Mother's apple cider vinegar and some lemon. We don't use regular water. We use this right here. This is
The ice?
sparkling
Yes.
ice.
He is.
I'm talking to the nutritionist. So we use a little of this sparkling ice, which is also sugar-free. We put Mother's apple cider vinegar, a shot of honey, and some lemon in there. And this water is what I drink most of. This sparkling ice water. It's no sugar in it. It's no garbage. Basically, it's good water. I could see it on the back. It's got vitamin A, niacin, biotin. No sodium, no carbs, no fat.
Okay, yeah, that water is fine.
All right, go on.
Yeah, water is fine. So what we need to do though, so remember we need to focus on high fiber carbs. So the carbs that you're taking in should be from things like whole grain pasta, brown rice, wild rice, lentils, beans, sweet potatoes, fruit, oatmeal. These are the carbs that you need to focus on, okay?
I do dislike oatmeal. One of the things that I do that I think is good is brownberry. Brownberry makes a honey nut bread. Can you go get my bread?
So your bread has to have at least 3 grams of fiber per slice.
Well, I don't know that it's that many, but I'm sure it's got, quite a bit of fiber in it because it is whole wheat. It's $4 a loaf. It better be. Okay, here they are right here. 25 carbs, 1 dietary fiber. Ouch.
So things like honey wheat typically are not really high fiber.
Yeah, it only
So
says.
brownberry has other bread that is higher fiber.
Well, maybe I'll eat this loaf and then I won't buy any more.
Yeah, so obviously I don't want you to waste any food, but So typically each slice of bread is going to be 15 grams of carbs. Okay, I don't want you going over 45 at your meal.
Don't go over 45.
Yes, so I'm going to be sending you information after our appointment where there's a list of foods and they will be 45 grams of carbs. I'm sorry, 15. You can only choose three of them at your meal. So for instance, yesterday, if you had your short ribs, your baked sweet potato, 3 ounces is going to be 15 grams. So then a half of a cup of mac and cheese is going to be another 15. And then your 1 ounce of cornbread is going to be another 15. So that's your 45. The rest of your plate needs to be green. So I do recommend a food scale. Do you have one?
No.
Okay. If you can get one, I would encourage you to use it. They're about $9.99 on Amazon if you ever order anything off of there.
I had a Prime account.
Okay, yeah, so I would just look into a digital food scale so you can be precise with these measurements. Okay, just because it's a healthy food does not mean you could be having as much as you want. Okay,
All right, talk to me about what I can have as much as I want.
veggies, and that's about it.
So my greens, I can eat more of the greens on my plate.
Mhm.
I told my wife I got some salads from Taylor Farms, and I like my little salads, but I kind of mess my salads up. Talk to me quick. I put honey mustard salad dressing on them.
So, I mean, dressing of any kind is really just going to be an empty calorie source. So you really just have to look at, just watch your portion size. Really, it should be 2 tablespoons or less.
But the thing is, bow, I might have, I got a salad, I kid you not, it's this thick. The bowl is, the bowl is about, son, go get my salad so I can show it to Miss Kelly. Not to bring the bag and the bowl. And I'll eat the whole salad in one sitting and 2 pieces of toast.
So you still have to have protein. So do you put protein in your salad?
The salad that I speak of has uh, 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 proteins in them. It got cheese and it got turkey or ham.
Okay. So still, regardless if that's your entire meal or not, your portion size for your dressing should still be 2 tablespoons. Otherwise, you're taking in way too many calories from it, and it's going to be hard to lose weight. Okay.
Two
Are you
tablespoons.
active? Are you exercising?
I just got a QB, one of them little sit down and pedal bicycle things, but I ain't
Okay.
real faithful with it.
Okay. So try your best to make sure you're getting 30 minutes of activity a day. Why that's really important is we're going to burn calories, we're going to lose weight, but also it's going to naturally bring your blood sugar down. Keeping your A1C above 7 really increases your risk of complications from diabetes.
All right.
Okay, so you got to work on more activity. And then let's talk about some things. I don't want you to be skipping your meals. I really do want you to wake up and make sure that you are having breakfast every morning.
It's the square containers, the square container. The signature select
Okay.
thing that needs Brittany bought me. This is the salad here.
It's not very clear because it keeps going in and out with the background.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at it too. Can't get it in there.
Okay.
Broccoli crunch.
Try to talk louder for me because I can't really hear you that well.
All right, I gotta come back to the mic. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So.
Okay. So let's talk about some things that we can do for breakfast because we do have a lot of stuff that I want to go through with you. Do we like eggs in the morning?
I like eggs. Eggs are good.
Okay. So something that I would be doing like 2 to 3 eggs. And then I will be doing like 2 slices of 100% whole grain bread. And then I would maybe do like a small piece of fruit, so maybe like a cutie or something like that. And that's an example of a 45 gram carb breakfast. 15 from your small piece of fruit, 15 from each slice of bread, and then you got your protein and healthy fat from your egg.
That's it?
That's it for that meal. Your portion sizes need to be smaller, but you need to be eating more frequently throughout the day.
Why is that important?
Because if you can't, that's the best way to keep your blood sugar stable.
But if I have a breakfast, like, dang, 2, maybe 3 pieces of turkey sausage, couple 3 eggs, maybe a waffle, maybe 2 or 3 pancakes, if not. This.
Okay, well, so the waffle and the pancakes are going to be refined carbohydrates. So on a regular basis, not something I would recommend.
It's not a regular basis. It's not a regular basis. Hold fast. Ooh, that's almost it right there.
I can't see.
I know. I'm trying to bring it into focus.
Yeah, I gotta go. I'm gonna put some icy hot on my back, so I don't have to walk around. So you don't care, Nisi. I'm gonna put some icy hot on
Okay, I
my
mean,
back.
as long as there's protein in there, no matter what, though, you still have to limit your dressing. Because if you're not reducing your calories at all, we're not going to lose weight.
2 tablespoons.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that struggles.
So it will take a little bit of time to get used to, but if you have enough other stuff in there, you know, it should help.
I'll call you back when I get through. Brittany, okay, I'll talk to
I
you.
don't even think 2.
Go ahead.
I don't even think 2 tablespoons of wet all the lettuce.
So, I mean, you know, it's kind of essentially like those who are drinking coffee. If you don't like it for what it is, you don't want to be drinking it. You don't want to be adding so much to it. You know what I mean?
All right.
So let's talk about some other meals. So let's just say you are going to have like baked chicken for dinner, okay? So if you have a chicken breast, I would probably say 5 to 6 ounces of chicken. So you would need a scale for that. And again, protein still has calories. So even though food is considered healthy, you cannot have unlimited amounts, okay? So I would do about 5 to 6 ounces of chicken. And then when it comes to things like, what kind of side would you do with chicken? Would you do like a brown rice? Would you do pasta? What are you doing?
Well, it's hard to say. I don't want to do rice because it's white. I tell my wife white rice is not good for you. You can't do white
Right.
rice, but she likes white rice. So again, it's hard to say because also lately we've been trying to get with these Asian cats because they're so small and everything they eat has vegetables in it. So we made this thing that I told you about and we wrapped it in cabbage leaf vegetables. So the problem is I don't really limit myself with that. I go crazy. You know, I might have a bowl set in front of me with nothing but this in it, and then I grab the leaf, put all of that in the leaf, and just eat it. So I don't measure it.
Okay. Well, that's the thing. So if you're not actually measuring your foods, we're not going to know how much you're having. Okay. So I do really recommend. I am going to be sending you exact portion sizes through your portal. Okay. So if it tells you a half of a cup or whatever it is just an example. I want you to take your measuring cup out and measure a half cup. Okay.
But I'll be hungry in 10 minutes when I get through eating.
So you haven't even tried.
Okay.
So if you're actually structuring your meals appropriately, like your meal should be like 5 to 6 ounces of a protein, about 1 cup of cooked brown rice, and about 2 cups of vegetables. So it is a large meal. And again, 2-3 hours later, you should be having a snack. You should not be going 6 hours without eating.
Ever.
Okay? So when you also having a cutie, you need to have a protein with it. So anytime you have a carbohydrate, there has to be protein involved.
I don't even think I got that many proteins in my refrigerator.
So I would say like a nut, like almonds or pistachios or cashews, something like that, but you have to measure those again. So a cutie with like a quarter cup of nuts would be the portion size for your snack.
All right, talk to me about the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep. Let's call it 10 o'clock to midnight. Okay, let's call it 9 o'clock to midnight. What dispensation of time? Okay, when I get up at 9 o'clock, like now, today I got up at 9 o'clock. It's 11:22. I still haven't eaten anything.
Okay, so why that's problematic is overnight your energy expenditure slows down. Your body's not burning many calories overnight. So when you don't eat, you're carrying that low energy expenditure throughout the day. So you're still not burning many calories right now. Sure, you're burning some because that's just how we work, but you're not burning as many as you can be. And if you're not eating breakfast, you're gonna be a lot more likely to overeat at your next meal.
So on a
So if
typical,
you pick up at 9, I would try to eat shortly after you get up in the morning.
and then again when?
So let's just say you eat at 9 o'clock. I would say around 11 o'clock I'd have a snack. Around 1 o'clock I'd have my lunch. Around 3 or 4 I'd have another snack. And then I'd have dinner maybe like around 6 or 7 and then be done.
No more snacks?
I would try not to. So, if you're not hungry, so first off, if you're hungry after dinner, you're not eating enough throughout the day. Or your meals are not structured appropriately. If you're craving sugar, our blood sugar is out of control. If you are, and I don't want you to be eating just because we're up late. If you're not hungry, you should not be eating. Okay?
But I do be hungry. I mean, I ain't ate since 7 o'clock. Here it is, 10, 12 o'clock. I'm still up. And I'm sure I'm hungry for something.
Yeah, well, you have to think, are you hungry? Are you bored? Do you just want to eat or possibly go to bed sooner? Before you start to get hungry.
So I got green apples in there.
If you're gonna follow the meal plan I'm gonna send to you to a T and you are actually still hungry, I would be fine with a snack, but I want you to try to not do a snack after dinner. Okay, if you were on insulin, that would be a different story.
I am on Victoza.
That's not insulin.
No.
That's like a once weekly shot, isn't it?
Nope, I take it every night.
Okay, so that's insulin would be like a Humalog, Novolog, stuff like that. So like I said, you need to wake up in the morning. You need to be eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, and 2 snacks in between. So if you don't want to have a snack in between breakfast and lunch, save it for after dinner. But it has to be, let's just say you have a green apple. It has to be of a tennis ball size. It cannot be a very large apple. And then you have to pair it with a protein. So maybe like a string cheese, a boiled egg, or a quarter cup of your almonds or cashews, and then or maybe like 2 tablespoons of a natural peanut butter, something like that.
I got a natural peanut butter from Sam's Club.
Okay, so you have to portion out 2 tablespoons because otherwise things like nuts and nut butter are very high calorie, and it doesn't matter where it's coming from. If you're taking in too many calories, you will not be losing weight.
All right.
Okay, so honestly, for you, I believe it's going to come down more so portion sizes than anything. Okay, and also if your meals are primarily carbohydrates and you don't have enough protein and enough veggies, we are going to be hungry. So when you do structure your meals more appropriately, I think that you will find that you are satisfied. So something like for dinner, I would try your best not to have so many little sides like that, just because it's really easy then to overdo on the carbs. I would do something like a 5 to 6 ounce piece of fish, let's just say. And if you want to do a potato, we know 3 ounces is 15 grams of carbs. We're doing 45. So 6 ounces would be 30. You would do about 9 ounces of your sweet potato and then 2 cups of vegetables. Okay.
All right. So if I wanted more sweet potatoes, do less mac and cheese. Or if I wanted more cornbread, do less mac and cheese and sweet potatoes.
I couldn't hear you. You said if you didn't want it.
So I got this cornbread. Actually, I like cornbread. So I could eliminate the mac and cheese and then get 30 in the cornbread and another 15 in the sweet potato, and then do all greens and protein on the rest of the plate.
Correct. So you have to be precise with your measurements of the cornbread. So again, if you don't have a scale, it's going to be impossible to measure. 1 ounce of cornbread will be 15 grams of carbs. So you can only do 2 ounces of cornbread, which is going to be very tiny. I will warn you. Okay.
All right, talk to me about an ounce. Give me a visual with your hand on how much an ounce of cornbread could be.
This is an ounce.
Stop playing.
This is an ounce.
Even that flat?
Yep. So that's why, like, I honestly, cornbread, I would try to make sure you're not having very often, because you're either going to get 3 ounces of cornbread, so 3 of these, or you're going to get 9 ounces of a sweet potato.
Wow.
So you want to focus on volume, and not only is your sweet potato going to have more fiber, which is going to keep you full, it's going to keep your blood sugar stable. Your cornbread has a very little fiber, so that blood sugar is going to spike and it's going to crash, and that's why we're hungry so shortly after we're eating. Okay, so if you're experiencing hunger like that, we're not eating enough, we're not having enough of the right stuff at the meal, and the blood sugar is out of control. Like, it's going up and then it's crashing. Okay?
All right.
So, I would do, like I said, I'm gonna send you a lot of examples of meals, through your patient portal, so just make sure that you are checking, but I want you to divide your plate into 3 categories. You need to have that protein, like multiple cups of vegetables, and then your carb source is gonna be 45. So let's just say you guys are having pasta. I would recommend 100% whole grain pasta.
Not gonna happen. She don't do that. I mean, that's what I told my wife. I said, baby, you can't do. I'm trying to get her to completely eliminate the likes of pasta. She likes white rice. So if we do spaghetti, it's not going to be 100% whole grain spaghetti. It's going to be Barilla thick spaghetti. You understand me?
Okay, well, can we cook for ourselves?
No. She'd have a real attitude with me trying to cook for myself.
At the same time, I know it's hard. I would just try to have a conversation and just like, because we do have to, be accountable for our own blood sugars. If you don't want to cook for yourself, then your meal options are going to be limited. You know what I mean? It's going to be like sweet potato, and like that's about it. Because you're not doing brown rice, you're not doing quinoa, you're not doing whole grain pastas. I mean, there's not much else left. Healthy option wise for carbs. So you can get the microwavable. So if your wife wants to make white rice, they do sell bags of brown rice that you just pop in the microwave for 90 seconds. So you could always make that for yourself, and she can have your white rice.
All right.
I just want you to have options. If you're not going to have options, you're going to feel restricted, and it's not going to be something that you're going to want to do. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Has there been changes in your weight over the last couple of months? Are we going up? Are we going down?
I want to say over the Christmas months, it went up. The month before that or 2 before that, it was down.
Okay. So, let me see. Let me see if I can see. Wait. So at your last appointment here, we were 345.
That was the up after Christmas.
When you were here in November, we were 336. Let's see. When you were here in September, 344. So you did go down quite a bit, and then we just came right back up. So the holidays and things like that can be really challenging in terms of, making healthy choices. I'm not saying that you can't have the same things that other people at your family or in your family are having, But Christmas cannot go on for weeks on end.
See, that's part of my problem. I mean, I got food in there where I go in there right now and eat, and we used to cooking big. I mean, I might have greens that we can eat for a week. Same thing with everything else. Sweet
Which I
potato.
think is good because that way you're not having to cook all the time. But we just need to make healthier choices when you are cooking. Okay, so like I said, having a meat with your brown rice, with your greens, or having a piece of, or like some shrimp with some whole grain pasta and a veggie. Like these, just your portion sizes, you have to make healthier choices in terms of the carb. And then, like I said, get that food scale, use your measuring cups, and stick to the portion sizes I'm going to give you. Eat frequently, keep exercising consistently, and you'll see weight changes.
All right, this is our new plan. That's what I'm going to try to do in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Amen. Thank you, Miss Kelly.
Okay, it's hard. Trust me. I understand. It's just we have no choice but to do this, right?
That's right.
All right.
I mean, if you want to live, you know.
Let's take a look good. I'm sorry.
I didn't hear what you said either. I said if I want to live, then I need to make these choices.
Sure. Yeah, I agree. At least live in a healthy way. Let's put that. Reduce some of the medications that we're taking. That's very possible with changes in your weight.
Say that again.
So, I mean, getting off some of these medications is very possible if you do lose weight.
Okay.
Okay, so try to remember why you're doing this at the same time. So when it does get hard, think of why you're doing it. All right. Do you have a scale that you weigh on at home?
I do not.
Okay. You don't have to. You can kind of just go by the way your clothes are fitting and stuff like that, how you feel physically. And they'll be weighing you, when you do come to the office. But just to give you an idea, typical weight loss per month should be like 2 to 8 pounds. Okay, it does not have to be anything very fast.
All right. What about this gut health stuff? I saw a cat, lost a lot of weight. Talk about 80 to 100 pounds, maybe more. His name's Randy Jackson. Used to be on America's Got Talent or something like that. And he was talking about leaky gut causes a whole bunch of stuff. And he put together some sort of supplement claiming that it would help repair stuff in your stomach and you could lose weight like that. I don't know all the details, but what do you think about those types of supplements?
I wouldn't waste your money.
All right.
The only reason why any kind of supplement that's going to promise results and like fast results or whatever, honestly, the only way to lose weight and get that blood sugar to a healthy range and to promote a healthy GI tract is going to be eating appropriately and consistently and physical activity. There's nothing else that we can do. If there was a supplement or a magic pill or wand that I could wave, nobody would have diabetes, be overweight, anything like that. If it was only that easy. I would not waste your money on stuff like that.
Well, they guarantee the money. That's not the problem. You spend the money, you could send them the empty bottle back and still get the money back. So they say. That's why they're so sure that you're going to get results.
But you're on a lot of medication, so if you ever decide to take any kind of over-the-counter supplements like that, you have to talk to your doctor.
All right.
Okay? But whether you buy something like that or not, it's up to you ultimately. But it's still not going to replace any of the things that I would recommend for you. Okay?
All right.
So you still have to make sure you are adjusting portion sizes, meals are more balanced, and that you are being more active, no matter what. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna send you this information to your portal. So make sure you do log back on today, and that way you can kind of take a look at it, and then maybe you guys can plan some meals in advance and agree on some stuff together.
All right.
Okay, and then you can always give me a call, and I'd be happy to get you scheduled for a follow-up just to check up on you, or you can always call me if you have any questions.
Send your number in that portal.
I will put that in there for you, yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Kelly.
All right, well, you have a great day, okay?
Thank you, Miss Kelly. Have an even better day.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.